Okay, here we are again.
We're back.
We're back. It's a week before Christmas, and I can't believe that it's here. And we've only talked about just a fraction of the movies that have come out this season.
Oh my gosh.
I've watched a lot, but there's so many.
We're already doing 2 episodes a week, you know?
Mm-hmm. There's only so much we can do.
Only so much. But we're thorough. We're nothing if not thorough.
That's true. And if we don't like something, you're going to hear about it.
We will
if we
tell
do like
you.
something, you're going to hear about it, just not as long.
No, it'll be much shorter. I think our Grand Ole Opry episode was only 44 minutes long.
But we loved it.
You're like, we love it. It's great. Watch it. The end.
Yeah.
Your sweater.
I was going to wear that sweater today and I forgot. Golly. Oh, well. I can wear it in the new year. It's fine. It's just got guitars on it. I was wearing it the other day and this woman complimented me on it. And it's got little guitars in the fair aisle neckline. And she said, "Oh, I love your sweater. Do you play?" I said, "Do I play?" She said, "Guitar." Oh, no.
You're like, no, I also don't like country music or really the Grand Ole Opry, but...
No, but I like the sweater. And the movie was great.
That's a perfect opportunity to be like, no, I host a podcast. Here's my card.
Oh, yeah. I don't have a card. But...
Me neither.
But we should.
We should.
Yeah. Or a QR code. You know, I'm not going to get a QR code tattoo or anything like that, but... Have you seen this where people do a QR code on their car, a sticker on their car, and you scan it and it's you get rickrolled?
No.
Yeah, I thought that'd be funny. Although I would never just scan a random QR code because you hear about, you know, the ones that they put at parking lots that go over the sign that's actually legit, and then all of a sudden they've taken your money.
Yep.
Yeah. But anyway.
Oh my
Welcome to Love on the Pod, a podcast about all the cheesy, romantic TV movies we adore. I'm Sherry.
I'm Jessica.
And we are up to our eyeballs in the holiday season. And we are talking about Finding Mr. Christmas Season 2, the finale today. And I have lots and lots of thoughts about this, as I'm sure you do too. So let's just dive right in. So the final 3 are Angel, Craig, and Rustin. And I did just a little bit of research on their acting credits. Angel was on First Wives Club, which I didn't know that. He also has a credit to Will and Grace, which is an older show.
The newer
I think
version of that movie? Okay.
Yeah. And Will and Grace, which that's an older show. So he had to be really young in that.
He'd be a kid, right?
Yeah.
Was he a child actor? I
don't know. Maybe. That would be something to look up.
What's his name again? Or his last name?
Garrett. Garret. And then Craig Geegan. His acting credits include Hulu's How I Met Your Father, Fox's Rescue High Surf. Plus, he was also in Carrie Underwood's 2022 Ghost Story music video. And I was going to look that up and watch it, and I totally forgot. So if you want to, I'm sure it's on YouTube. It's for the Ghost Story music video. And then Rustin Sailors. He was on a TV show called The Prank Panel, and I think he just had 1 episode on that. He was on a show called Into the Wild Frontier and a movie called Pandemic Sex Party. I don't know what that's about. I didn't want to take a deep dive on that.
I can guess what it's about. Okay. And excuse me, but Angel was in A Nashville Christmas Carol. Okay. He was a makeup artist. He's already been in a Hallmark movie. Now, this is a very small part, I assume, but...
He was a makeup artist, or he played the part of a makeup artist?
He played the part of a makeup artist in the movie. I have a small problem with that.
I do too.
You know, yes, they're all trying to make it. So obviously, he was also in Climax, the series. But I know they're all trying to make it. So obviously they're playing these like smaller character roles, but he's already been in a Hallmark movie.
Specifically Hallmark, that
that's
should have
quite
excluded him.
interesting to me. Yeah. I mean, I like him a lot, so I wouldn't have
I do
wanted
too.
him to not be there, but he was in Will and Grace the musical.
Okay.
Whatever the hell that is.
I've never heard of it, but
Oh, it's a short. 2017
musical
short.
Okay.
It was a musical promo for the new season of Will and Grace. Okay. Well, I kind of want to watch that now, see what that is. But so really at the end of the day, what we're saying is these people don't have zero experience. These people have been trying to make it. And not that they don't deserve the opportunity, but I think it's odd that he's already been in a Hallmark.
Yeah, specifically Hallmark. I mean, you expect some of them to, I did a toothpaste commercial, or I've done modeling, or I was, I played the part of a barista on CSI or something, but to actually have been in a Hallmark movie, it's like when American Idol, The Voice, somebody that has a lot of musical experience or is a recording artist, or somebody that's been on, like, the girl that played Dottie on Pee-wee's Big Adventure, she came on. It was either American Idol or The Voice, and I was like, that's Dottie. She's already made a name for herself. This is supposed to be undiscovered talent. So I have a little bit of issue with that, but
yeah.
Anyway.
Yep.
So the men have gone through a series of festive face-offs, and these are usually physical challenges to see how they'd react in a high-stress situation. And I wondered if you had any favorite festive face-offs that you can recall, or I can go first if you want.
Favorite festive face-offs? I mean, honestly, I liked the one in the ball. It was funny.
Where they're like a hamster ball.
Yeah, I mean, it was stupid. It had nothing to do with being an actor, but I thought it was funny. And it was good hijinks, good for TV. So I thought that one was cute. And I liked the gingerbread house one as well.
Oh, yeah, because that showed a little bit of their backstory and gave you a glimpse into their past.
Yeah.
I liked the noisemaker challenge because it kind of gave that physical comedy, how well they respond to high stress situations. Can they just kind of roll with the punches? Do they have physical dexterity? All that stuff. So I like that one too. What about star quality challenge besides the final one? Did you have a favorite?
I think the last two were probably my favorite. Well, but I like the one with Hunter King too. Any of the acting challenges that were actually asking them to act, not pose for a photo. I really appreciated the ones where they were required to do what they need to do in a movie. It's hard to pick which one is my favorite, but I think probably the Ashley Williams one would be my favorite. Just because that was good. Yeah. I love her. But the Sharon Lawrence one was good too. And I don't know. But Ashley Williams. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think I liked the one with Hunter King because it kind of showcased the guys working with other actors, and it was a good way to show whether they would really shine, whether they would try to outact anybody, whether they would fade off into the background. And it also showed there's background actors, there's other things going on. Are they distracted by that, or do they just kind of go with it? So I like that one. So yeah. That was about it.
Leading like up to heartbeat.
What?
I don't know. There's some kind of noise that sounded like from a Doppler, the heartbeat from a Doppler when you're pregnant. It was like,
oh. They're making so much noise out there. I turn on the coffee grinder too. Oh my gosh. So this episode, the finale, we open with the men chatting in the kitchen, once again, demonstrating how supportive they are of one another. They all want to win for sure, but they're really pumping each other up. And you don't see that on reality. We've talked about this before. You don't see that on reality shows very often where they're really becoming true friends. At least that's what it looks like. And being so supportive of one another. Kristoffer Polaha arrives with Jonathan to give the men a pep talk. And Kristoffer offered some really good advice, and that was listen and respond. Make it a safe space for your co-star. You're here to complement your co-star. So you're not there to outshine them. You're not out there to show what a big guy you are or anything. You really want to make them feel comfortable, and hopefully they do the same for you. And he just seems like such a nice guy.
Yeah.
And he's not bad to look at either. So.
Oh, no, of course not.
Yeah. So rather than just back and forth reading lines, which we kind of saw in the beginning, the very first episodes, that's kind of what it felt like in the acting challenges. I think the men are really learning how to be present in the scene and act with their co-star rather than just you read your line, I read my line, and back and forth. So
yes,
we've seen that growth. So the final challenge is going to be, of course, an acting challenge, which it needs to be. Can you hear the herd of dogs coming through now? Dad's gonna corral one of them. Thank you. Oh gosh. So it's going to be a period scene with 3 separate setups. It's going to be kind of the quintessential Hallmark go get the girl scene. And one thing I noticed that cracked me up, they're leaving to go on location wherever the scene's being shot. And who's driving? Rustin. And didn't he mention that he had been in several serious car accidents, one of them at over 90 miles an hour? And I thought, why are they letting him drive?
Why are you the one who's driving? Who made this choice? Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And why aren't they having someone drive them around like they do on The Bachelor?
Yeah. Or Jonathan, or Melissa.
Oh, that'd be funny with a little chauffeur's cap.
Yes, totally.
So Jonathan and Melissa are both going to act in the scene, and Melissa will be ad-libbing her way through it in an attempt to kind of throw the men off, which she is so good at.
Oh, yeah.
And just to see their reaction. The director is McLean Nelson, and their leading lady is Erin Krakow. So with Jonathan, Melissa, and Erin all in the different scenes, and Kristoffer Polaha will make a little cameo in one of the scenes. Just a really great all-star lineup for the men, and that's got to be intimidating, I would think.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they've done it throughout the season. They've had a different co-star with them, but this is the finale. This is it, and they've got to show all that they've learned and all that they can do. So, yeah, I would go in. I would be just shaking like a leaf the whole time.
Well, and McLean Nelson you can just tell what a great director he is. He really gives them space to do what they want as far as their interpretation, but then he gives really good notes that are really specific and isn't afraid to tell them that, hey, like you're looking scary or too intense or whatever it is, but he does it in a really kind way that feels encouraging. So I really enjoyed watching that part of it.
Yeah, I thought so too. He has a vision for what he wants the scene, but he does give them a little bit of liberty to play it through their own eyes. And then I thought he had great advice for each of them on how to make it more authentic or how to pull back or how to give more every time. So they're going to interact for the first scene with Melissa at a ticket booth, and she's working the ticket booth, and they don't know what she's going to throw at them. And she just starts rambling about, oh yeah, isn't it lovely this time of year? My sister, she's coming into town.
Yeah.
And the scene is, he's trying to stop the train. The love of his life is on the train, and he's urgently trying to find which gate it's at, or whatever they call them, platform. And she's just rambling on. So it was fun to see how the men, did they stop and actually listen to her? Did they kind of kindly remind her that they're in a hurry? And so Angel's up first, and I felt like he took direction really well. He wasn't phased at all about Melissa trying to throw him off. And then Craig, he had a great sense of urgency with trying to catch the train before the love of his life departs. He also didn't seem really phased by Melissa. Rustin rolled with Melissa's improvs, but he kind of went off of his mark, so he needed to be reminded that you have to stay. The marks are here for a reason.
You're either got a shadow on your face.
Yeah, you're going to step back too far, and then you don't hit your light, or you turn your back to camera, or whatever. So there's so many intricacies in making movies that you don't think about as a viewer, but it's the camera, it's the light, it's the hitting your mark, it's the connecting with your co-star, it's the remembering your lines, it's all these things. And these guys are doing this in such a short amount of time.
Yeah. Was it Craig? I think that Melissa said something about one of the guys who was like working back behind her, and he turns and he's like, "Hey, how you doing? I really need to know where this blah, blah, blah is."
I think it was.
And I thought that was really smart. Like, he really went with her on that journey of pretending that there's a guy sitting there when there wasn't. And and being nice, but also like, I gotta get this moving.
Because I think you can get so focused on the lines that you're supposed to deliver that you don't have that flexibility. And she was trying her best to throw them off. And I think they all responded pretty well.
Yeah.
The second scene, they're running after the train. And so now they have a series of physical distractions. So there's luggage falling that they have to leap over. There's men carrying a ladder and they have to push the ladder out of their way. There's other actors in the scene, background actors, as well as Kristoffer Polaha that they run into. And how do you think the guys did with the navigating obstacles?
I think they did a pretty good job. I do think that this part was the least interesting part because it was just kind of like, okay, they're like, the luggage falls and they jump over it and there's a random ladder, but Kristoffer Polaha was great when they slammed into him. He's like, "Hey, watch where you're going." And his costuming was great too. He looked really cool with his cape with the little gold chain and everything. It was awesome. But yeah, I think they did a good job. It was just, this was, a little boring, I felt, this part.
Yeah. Yeah. And Angel's tip from the director was to play it less like an action film because he came out just fired up. I'm going to jump over the luggage. I'm going to push the ladder out of my way. And then, you have to remember it's a Hallmark movie. Yeah. So it's not the Fast and the Furious. You're not trying to dive over anything and then do a somersault and, you're.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a balance you have to hit. So I think he did better with take two. They wanted it played more whimsically than,
the first take, he was like, Jason Bourne has nothing on me. Like, let's go.
Yeah. Rustin, they said, didn't have enough urgency. He's supposed to be racing to stop the train, but he improved on the second one. But he kept doing this thing where he was pointing to people. He kept pointing. I don't know if you noticed that.
No.
Like, once is enough, but he kept doing it. So I don't know. And maybe it's the way they spliced the scenes together that it seemed like it was a lot more, but
I'll have to go back and look. But you don't care for Rustin. Rustin's not your fave, right?
You know what? The very beginning, he was my fave, and I thought he'd make it to the end. There's just something about him. And now that I've read that, he was like a preacher's kid or grew up in the church, but then he was in what was the movie called? Sex something.
Pandemic sex party or whatever.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh God.
Oh my gosh. Anyway,
well, I did think that he looked more Hallmark with his hair pulled back.
I did too.
He was more believable, and not that long hair is necessarily bad. It's not, I don't think, but I definitely think that pulling it back was a smart decision for this particular scene.
And it felt more on brand for Hallmark itself. They have a certain look typically. And Craig's first take, they also said, was too intense, a little more like action movie. So he was told to dial it back, and he really listens to the critiques and then he applies them.
Yeah.
Which has shown a tremendous amount of growth. So final scene is the Go Get the Girl scene starring Erin Krakow. And the director said to Rustin, "Show me you," which was really good advice. You are playing a character, but what can you bring to the character? So I think it's great. You're not trying to be somebody else. You're just playing a different character, but what can you bring to it and how can you make it authentically Hallmark? I felt like his acting was a little bit flat on the very first take. but again, it's probably because it's intimidating. You've got Erin Krakow in front of you. You've got your Mark. She's got her back to you. You're supposed to turn her around in a way that doesn't knock her off the train steps. It's a lot going on.
Who was it that did almost knock her over? I forget.
One of them did.
One of them almost,
remember.
and she played it into the scene. She was like, "Whoa, whoa!" And I actually liked that. I thought that was cute because it wasn't like he was being aggressive. It was just like, "Come on, like I have to talk to you."
Yeah.
But then whoever it was, didn't do it the second time. So I'm like, they probably got scared that they like almost knocked her over.
Yeah.
And then Craig, I think, was one who took her suitcase out of her hand and put it down, which I did like that because she didn't have to then set it down before she kissed them. And I think that was better. Whereas in all the other scenes, she had to take her suitcase, put it on the ground, and then step in to kiss them.
And I loved that Angel took off his hat when he talked to her because it just felt so gentlemanly, and nobody told him to do that, but it was really cute. Yeah. What else? Oh, Craig scaled back his intensity, so it was more like he was connected in the moment. And I felt like he had really good chemistry with Erin. And really they all did. Angel plays his parts very, very emotional. And so he looks like he's going to cry, maybe a little too emotional. And the director did tell him, channel it so it comes off more like a Hallmark moment and not like you're just sad.
Right.
He's afraid that he's going to lose the woman of his dreams, but you don't want to see him sitting there sobbing either. You just want to feel that urgency and feel that emotional connection without it turning into, well, what did the director say? He said something about if you make it too emotional, then you make the scene all about you and not about your partnership.
And you want the audience to be rooting for the kiss. Which, if one person is crying uncontrollably, then it's hard to do that.
Then it's like that movie Bedazzled with Brendan Fraser. And he's crying over the dolphin safe tuna in the sunset.
Oh my gosh, I cannot wait for the new Mummy movie to come out. Oh my gosh.
That's going to be awesome.
We used to watch those movies so much in our house. Growing up, we watched them all the time.
All the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are so good.
You know what? This is totally off topic, but on topic for the Mummy. I just saw an interview with The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, whatever he goes by. And it was so nice because, he's in The Scorpion King, which is a spinoff of the Mummy movies. And the interviewer goes, they just announced that they're doing the new Mummy movie. Is that something that you would be interested in doing? And he goes, listen, that's Brendan Fraser's series. And I want him to be able to do whatever he wants with it. So if they invite me back, cool. But if not, that's fine too, because it's his movie. And I just thought that was so, like, such a nice thing to say. Of just like, I'm happy for this guy. He's been seeing so much success in the last 2 or 3 years. I'm happy to have him do whatever he wants with this movie. If he invites me, cool. But if not, that's cool too. And it's not about me. And I just thought that was really, just a really super kind thing to do. And it seems like he's a nice guy. So anyways. Yeah.
That's genuine support. It's not like this competitive thing. I like to see that.
Yep.
That does exist beyond Finding Mr. Christmas.
Yes, it does.
So anything else you wanted to say about the scene with Erin?
I don't think so.
Who's your
fave? Honestly, Craig. He did the best job. He surprised me. He turned my opinion of him around, and he's an example of somebody who heard the criticism, took it to heart, and then did something about it. And, I definitely think he did the best job. What about you?
Same thing. Yeah. I liked Rustin more. The last couple episodes, I just wasn't sure about him. In the very beginning, I thought he was a front runner. He ended up being a front runner. But there was something that felt inauthentic in his acting. This episode, I thought he did much better, and he connected with Erin really well. Angel, same thing. He's been one of my favorites from the very beginning. he does play very, very emotional, and I think that they would have to really scale that back a little bit. And then Craig, like you said, he took his criticism. We did not like him. We were like, get rid of this guy. He's trying to be too funny. He doesn't feel like a Hallmark leading man.
Mm-hmm.
That went on for at least 2 episodes, and he started to kind of turn around, and we were like, maybe we should keep our eyes on this guy. And then by, I would say, episode 4 or 5, we were like, I think he's going to be in the top, and he may even take it. So, yeah, I think he did really well. The judges' thoughts were that Rustin was grounded, confident, knew what he was doing, and charms with his smile.
Yes.
Craig is a breath of fresh air. Those are Erin's words. Focused, present, a sparkle in his eyes, brought just enough comedy, has leading man energy, but could push the vulnerability a lot. They gave him, at least in the show, they gave him a lot of praise. And once they did that, I was like, he's taking it. This is our winner. Because they had nice things to say about Angel and Rustin, but they didn't have a lot to say. At least as far as editing goes. Angel, they said, vulnerable, emotionally available, but walks the line of too much emotion, which can run the risk of making the scene all about you. So,
right.
Then at that point, I'm thinking it's Craig. Craig's our winner. And we were right.
Yeah.
The elimination, Melissa, thoughts about her dress this time. Did you notice it?
Was this the one with the cape?
It was black satin, like a giant black satin bow. I couldn't tell if it was a cape or just voluminous fabric.
Yeah.
It was a lot of dress.
Yeah, she tends to wear a lot of dress.
But she can. She's very tall.
Yeah, I thought it was cute. I thought it was fine. It wasn't probably what I would choose for the finale, but it was fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. If you want to check it out, it's a Marcus Almeida, and it's $730.
Can I tell you something very funny?
Sure.
Craig, his most recent credit from this year on IMDb is in a show called Game Changer, and he's hot person number 3.
He doesn't even have a name. Now, how do you get to be hot person number 1?
Yeah. Hot person number 3. Wow. Okay.
That's right up there with guy in blue coat.
Oh, here's another show where he's muscle man number 2. Wow. Okay.
Oh, muscle man. I don't think they really emphasized that with him. They did with Davey, that he was definitely the muscle man. But Craig, I think they focused more on his comedy.
Yeah.
But he is a personal trainer, and he is in really great shape. So
yeah, absolutely.
I guess that's the reason why he got hot guy number 3. Erin was wearing a gorgeous Alex Marie Lynette dress. It was black with a really high slit, lots and lots of sparkle. And I could only find it on eBay for $170. So
yeah, it was really cute. I really liked it a lot.
Yeah, so many times, well, this was filmed in May, but still, so many times you see these dresses on these shows, and or on any of the movies, you try to find them, they've been sold out for a long, long time. So
yeah,
I don't know when they get these, or if they've been in their closet, or if they were bought just for the show.
Pull them from the prior holiday season
wardrobe.
Yeah. Yep.
And then Jonathan was wearing the most gorgeous red velvet tuxedo jacket with a black satin lapel. I couldn't find the exact one because there's so many very similar to that. But if you liked it, you can find it all over the internet. It's just beautiful.
Yes.
So then we come to final thoughts. And Jonathan said for Rustin, he rolls with the punches and follows the lead of the actors around him, which is good feedback, but also, in my mind, that made it sound like he's not really standing out. He's following others' leads. He's not being a leading man. Angel is a true empath, approaching every scene from a personal level. And then Craig infuses heart, humor, and depth. And then again, once they said those 3 words, I'm like, this is our winner. He's got all the things that they're looking for. They tell you right from episode 1, this is what we want in our leading man. And Craig delivered all of those things. So, and then he led in with, "Our winner has shown growth, has taken feedback, is kind, and leads with his heart." And of course, that's Craig in a nutshell.
Mm-hmm.
He really, out of all the men, showed the most growth, and he was able to deliver a really good scene. He was able to scale back his comedy and just really take the tips from the director and Jonathan and Melissa and put them into his scenes and really deliver. So
Yeah, I agree.
I was happy with the outcome. How about you?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. If you had asked me 6 weeks ago if I would be happy if he won, I would have said absolutely not. But I'm excited.
Santini, no way.
Yeah. I'm really excited to see him in this movie. I think it's really smart to cast him as an important role, but not a main role. He
Mhm.
plays Hunter King's character's brother
Yes.
in the movie. And I saw an interview with him, and he said that a lot of people were commenting about how much they look alike. And so he said it felt like the perfect role for him.
Yeah, it fits.
Hmm.
They seem like they could be brother and sister. And I think to Ezra Moreland's credit, and this is the winner from last year, he had a huge amount of pressure on him to deliver and to make the movie be really good. I mean, the movie itself wasn't great anyway, but
No.
he had, I think, the most pressure on him to deliver Hallmark leading man energy, good acting, good physical acting, look good, know your mark, all these things in such a short amount of time, having never done a full length movie before. And it just didn't work. And I think that's part of the reason that Hallmark has said, okay, we're going to pull back and we're going to make him a supporting actor. And
Hmm.
then we'll see. We'll go from there and see if he can deliver a more leading role. And I think that's really smart because
Yep.
that movie last year was bad.
Yep. Yep.
Although go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, if you look at the trajectory of most other Hallmark leading men, you don't see them get a movie that they're putting a ton of marketing dollars behind and really pumping up for their first film with the
Hmm.
channel. You just don't see them do
True.
that. And so,
Yeah.
like you said, it's a ton of pressure, a ton of responsibility, and with a co-star who has some really good movies on the channel and also has some movies that aren't great on the channel. So,
Hmm.
um, yeah, it was just, it was a miss, and they're trying to make it right going forward. So,
Yeah.
you make mistakes and you learn and you change it for next time. And
Hmm.
I really do hope that Ezra gets some acting lessons so that he can do more work with the channel, because I think he seems like a nice guy. He certainly
Yeah.
the fits the look of a Hallmark leading man, but you at the very end of the day, you have to be able to act. And that's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
the the truth of it. So,
Hmm. Yeah. And he needs someone to be upfront with him,
mhm.
and I think the fans have. That it just it
Yeah.
just didn't work, but here you have the tools to get better.
Mhm.
You always have the option to take acting classes and figure out what's gonna make you a better actor. And speaking of the fans, uh, they're very vocal about who won, and many, many, many people I saw on the internet really thought Angel should have won.
Mhm.
He was one of the fan favorites, but before the finale, Marcus commented that Angel is Mr. Christmas in his house. This is before the finale ended or aired, so they didn't know. And Tyler Hines commented, Angel equals, and then the crown emoji. So this was before too. So Tyler Hines was pulling for Angel. That's got to feel crappy for Craig.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
these people.
Well, then I wonder too, because they didn't last year. They did not put any of the other guys in any movies, and they haven't
Hmm.
since. But I wonder if that's something that they would consider, because I think Angel could absolutely be in a movie. I also think Rustin
Hmm.
could, you
I do
know,
too.
even if Rustin is the coffee shop owner for the first
Hmm.
movie, or, whatever it is, I think that there is room for them on the channel probably. But I don't know if that's part of the plan or something that they've I mean, I'm sure it has to be something they've considered, but
Hmm.
who knows?
Yeah. Because Rustin, I could see, and I think he does have leading man potential,
Mhm.
but I just if he were to stay as is with his hair the way it is, I could see him being like the kid's guitar teacher or, like you said, a barista position or something where they wouldn't have to change his look or anything. But I feel like if they were going to make him a leading man, they'd have him cut his hair.
Yeah. Unless he's like the lonely widow who lives in the mountains and is the town handyman, like he could do like a role like that with longer hair.
Yeah.
And we know there's lots of Hallmark movies where that's the premise. So.
Or A Christmas in Connecticut, where he's the newer one, where he's the ranger working and he lives in the mountains all by himself.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he's the actor husband.
Oh, no. No, that'll be Robbie.
Oh, that movie. I wish that they would remake that movie. Oh, man. Maybe it wouldn't be as good, but it's so funny. So funny.
I love it. Love it.
Yeah.
If you haven't looked up Angel's Instagram account, one of the videos pinned to the top is his reaction of his fiance walking down the aisle at their wedding. And if you want to see tears, oh my gosh, it is so sweet, so heartfelt. And of course, he's crying. So yeah. It's fun to check out all their different Instagram accounts and see what they're doing and see really just how much they support one another. And Angel is very supportive of, and Rustin, both supportive of Craig as the winner. So I think it's great. But according to the internet, Angel supporters, fans who wanted Angel to win often cited his strong emotional performances and charming, flirtatious personality, which I agree. He's had kind of that little boy next door, flirtatious character going for him. Rustin supporters believed that he was the most consistent and safe choice for the typical Hallmark lead, showing strong acting skills throughout the season. And Craig's supporters, fans were happy with the actual outcome, feeling that Craig grew the most, which we agree, throughout the competition and understood the assignment by taking risks and adding vulnerability to his typically comedic performances. So the winner was decided on by show judges, including Jonathan Bennett and lead Judge Melissa Peterman, and also producers. It's not a public fan vote, so I wonder how that would change if it was a public fan vote. But because it's an acting role, you kind of have to have people in the business that know what they're doing making the decisions.
Yeah, that's like letting America vote for American Idol, but doing it from the beginning, right? Like not letting the judges narrow it down at all and just letting America just pick whoever. They're probably not going to be as good as you would want them to be, Yeah. And then you've got shows like Dancing with the Stars, who it's supposed to be partial judge, partial America. I don't know how evenly yoked those two things are. They never say, and they don't have to. I think like with the most recent season of Dancing with the Stars, I think they knew who was going to win from the beginning. And
we all did.
Yeah. Not that I have a problem with that person because they did a great job, but I think it gave nobody else a chance at all because I think the network had already decided who was going to win before they even started.
Yeah.
So, that's, you have to go into, even if you do have a public vote, you have to go into that with like a grain of salt, my vote may not even matter at all.
Yeah, because as we've mentioned before, reality TV there's a lot
real.
That's not real. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because if they said, like on Dancing with the Stars, it's 50% fan vote, 50% judges, then you would know, but they'll probably never share that.
No, they never say that, and they probably never will. So, my voting for Kelly Clarkson 100 times that first year probably did nothing. But she won anyways, so.
She won anyway.
That was back when you had to dial the phone, folks.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. And wait for it to roll back or push the button.
Like, which candidate would you like to vote for? And then you're like, 179. Then you hang up and then you call again.
Yeah. Wow, so much has changed in the last 20 years.
Yep.
Jonathan Bennett mentioned in an interview that he expected fans to be upset if their favorites didn't win because that means they did a good job casting. Very strong candidates. across the board, which I agree.
Stronger than last year, I think. Much stronger.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Yeah. Yeah. And the decision for Craig to win was based on his overall journey and ability to showcase both comedy and depth. And my question was, do you agree with the outcome? And I think we kind of mentioned that, yeah.
Yep.
Out of the 3 left, I think, actually out of all of them, he did have the most growth and was able to really deliver a good performance at the end.
Yeah. So. And America likes a story like that where people grow. Like they're not just great from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Because then you think about somebody like Robbie, who was excellent, but he was excellent from the get, right? He didn't really need very much guidance. And so that wouldn't have been as interesting of a story, I don't think.
Yeah. And even like on Dancing with the Stars, like we mentioned, Robert, we thought was going to win after his first performance. Everybody thought he was going to win. But what great TV that would have made if somebody came along that maybe didn't have the skills in the beginning, but they really, really grew. And then all of a sudden they just blew everybody out of the water at the very end and took it. That would have been really cool.
Oh, you mean like if Danielle Fishel hadn't gotten eliminated? You mean like that?
Yeah, exactly. Come on, ABC. Is it ABC? I think it's ABC.
Yeah, because that was the one thing about Robert winning is like he started at a 10 and then he was just at a 10 and sometimes dropped to a 9. Like they did score him lower, but he started out super strong. There wasn't a whole lot of growth.
There's no, you couldn't see the trajectory of him improving. No. He just was good. And that's fine. But I like a story where it's, this guy's never danced before in his life and he bombed the first one, but then the second one he got better and then better and then better. And then all of a sudden they really shine. So
like the season with Milo Manheim. Oh my gosh.
I don't think I saw that one.
I didn't watch the whole season, but it's the one where Bobby Bones ended up winning. It was like crazy controversial.
Oh yeah, I saw a couple of those.
But Milo Manheim, holy moly, so good. And that's not what he does. He's an actor, right? He's not a dancer. Yeah. And I mean, obviously he had to dance in the zombies movies, but that's not the same thing as ballroom dancing. Yeah. But just, he's amazing. I love him. But
I do too.
He was just so, and Zendaya was really good. And like, but also it tends to be like the younger people are really good because they're younger, right? And so their bodies can move in different ways than older people can. Yeah. So, but we love Robert Irwin in this house.
We do.
So I have no problem with him winning, but,
But Danielle went home way too soon. Way too soon.
Yeah, she did. I agree.
So, but yeah, on that line, Craig did show the most growth. So
absolutely.
He has been cast, as you mentioned, as Hunter King's brother in the upcoming Hallmark movie, A Make or Break Holiday. It's airing December 20th and will be immediately followed by the Finding Mr. Christmas Season 2 reunion special. And I think that'll be a fun one to watch to just see the guys come back together in kind of their brotherhood and get their thoughts on how the competition went and how they feel about who won and all that. So we're hoping to do a mini episode on that next week.
Yes. Yep. Definitely. Yeah. It'll be nice to see a reunion show where people aren't screaming at each other. So, or at least that's what I expect. They won't be screaming at each other.
Nobody's throwing chairs or stomping off. I don't see that happening with this group. So
no.
Yeah.
So anyways.
Okay. Yep. Any other thoughts on this episode?
No, I'm excited to watch the movie. And
I am too.
Not like we said. We'll say it in our next episode, but we'll air that episode the first week of January. And next week we'll have a special episode that we recorded a few weeks ago with another podcast called Movie Torture. And it's not a Christmas movie, but we're taking the week off, guys, because it's Christmas. So
it's Christmas.
We're going to give you a new episode, but we will not be recording next week.
That's right.
So we'll be back in January.
Well, we hope you all have a wonderful holiday, whatever you're doing. And be sure to follow us on Instagram at loveonthepod. Share your episode thoughts or ideas by emailing us at loveonthepod@gmail.com. Plus, you can text us with future movie recommendations using the link in our show notes. If you love this episode and want to hear more, please subscribe to the podcast as we drop new episodes weekly. And weigh in. Let us know. Did you think that Craig was the one that should have won? Who was your favorite? And who do you think should have won? we'd love to hear from you.
Mhm.
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and we'll see you real soon.
See ya. Bye.
Bye-bye.